Hey guys, and welcome to my channel if you're new, and if you're not, welcome back. So as you can tell by the title, we are trying a full face of Dollar Tree makeup, and I will say we had some hidden gems, more hits than we did misses. Round of applause. And this is what the finished look looks like. So if you're curious on what worked and what didn't, let's just jump into the video. Alright, so I have my bag of goodies here. I even got this at the Dollar Tree. But the only thing I couldn't find, I think, was a foundation that like would match, and then like concealer that would match also. So everything else, and I tried to pick up, and then I'm pretty sure they didn't have a, they had a blush, but it was almost like as dark as a bronzer. So I was like, let's just skip out on that. I wanted to try to give these products like a fair review and a fair try. Alright, so the first thing I like to do is I like to go ahead and prime my skin and give it kind of some time to settle. I have this LA Colors primer. They had a purple one, a green one, this one, and they might have had a yellow one. But it says it's a color corrector, but it also minimizes pores. You'll clean that up later. Alright, so you get 11 grams of product. It comes in this squeezy tube here. Oh, well, that's an interesting, like, in there. Wasn't expecting that. It's like pure white. Hopefully this doesn't give me like a white cast. But seems to blend in. It definitely has a smell to it. It makes me think of like baby stuff. I don't know. Whoa! Whoops. Alright, so I'll take my brush and oh my god, I got too much. It's like sunscreen. So I'm just going to put it to where my pores are the biggest. So here on each side of my nose, my forehead, down on my chin. Definitely my nose, but I just got my nose done. So I'm going to like avoid that area. So if I look a little silly, that's why. I definitely got too much, but it's spreading pretty far, so I think a little is going to go a long way. Alright, so I must say that actually did pretty well. I can definitely see like the difference between the side that I didn't put it on and the side that I did, and it doesn't seem to like be balling up or drying me out too much, which I always have a problem with when it comes to like the Benefit Professional. Like it was just too drying for my skin, but this doesn't seem to be clinging to like any dry patches. It blended out just fine, especially since I applied way too much. So if the foundation sits nicely on it, we might have a nice little dollar winner here. So for eyebrows, they had powder eyebrows, and then they had a eyeliner slash brow pencil, although I don't really know how that works, but I got it in black brown. Oh, wish me luck on this one. But at least you get a sharpener, so if it's any good, you know, at least you got that. Alright, so this is what it looks like. Just a standard pencil. Not really my favorite, but let's test it out and see. The color is actually pretty nice. I don't like to go like jet black, even though my hair looks pretty jet black. But I mean, I really do enjoy the color. The formula is not too bad. It's not like overly creamy where I'm just like sliding all over the place. But it's not super draggy or dry. So it's actually not too bad. Too bad it doesn't come with a spoolie, but I mean, for $1, can't really complain because it's actually doing pretty nice. So I forgot I was going to do my eyes first for my foundation, but just went and did it all off camera, and it doesn't look too terribly bad like the primer. It doesn't look too good like on my nose. It looks a little dry, but like here and on my forehead and on my chin it looks good. So it could just be my nose. My nose is pretty finicky about certain primers, so it might just be something I can't like put on my nose. So not too bad. Alright, so they didn't really have like your typical concealer. They had this Conceal Correct, which says it's a concealer that illuminates features, and down at the bottom it says like highlighter. So I don't really know. Like literally disappeared into like nothing. So I'm gonna put this on first, and then put my concealer on under it, and I guess see what it does. I don't know. This one had me like all confused in the Dollar Tree aisle. I'm just going to put my concealer on top. Oh, I also have the baby in here in case you hear some baby noises. That's what it is. Well, I definitely feel like they're more glowy, but it doesn't look like it really like gave a white cast or anything. I'm gonna put a little bit more like concealer on the inner part of my eye, because I feel like maybe it dried a little too soon. The concealer is blending and building on top of it, so that's always a good sign. Hopefully you can like see how like dewy, radiant, whatever you know you want to use. It's not too bad. Alright, so I just went and powdered a little bit under there. I didn't powder the rest of my face because this foundation usually like sets itself, so I don't have to worry about everywhere. But I will say it did not like cake up or like adhere to one like part more than the other. Like it looked just like it would if I didn't use like it looks good is what I'm trying to basically say. Okay, but it almost reminds me of the Hourglass, one of those like the lighting dim, hold on, I got it. It almost reminds me of the Hourglass ambient lighting powders, just like in a liquid form, because it does have, I wouldn't say like glitter, but it does give like a sheen, like a hint, like this is the powder and then this is that liquid. So it's almost like a liquid version of this, only I find that this has a little bit more like glitter particles in it than the liquid. So I actually don't mind the liquid highlighter conceal, what is this thing, Conceal Correct. I actually like don't mind the way it's making my under eyes look like it has some like glow and like health to it. So actually so far I'm really liking that. I mean, I don't think it's going to help with like the creasing or anything like that. I just crease anyway, so it doesn't really matter what I use or set with. I just have creases under my eyes. But I really like the way that has like really given me like that glow, like youthful, not dry or powdery like look. So far I'm digging that. Okay, so for bronzer, they only had 2 different options, and this one was Bronze Beauty and the other one was like Bronze Goddess, something Goddess, I'm not quite sure. But anyways, this one looked like it might work for me. I think the other one was more of like a what am I trying to think of, like a cool tone undertone, but it was deeper. So I didn't really have many options, and that's the one thing I hate is like you don't have options. Either they don't go deep enough, they don't go light enough, or it's like really orange, or they lack range. I guess is lack of a better term, is they just don't have any range to them. So it sucks because, you know, those who can't really afford a whole lot of money to, you know, or a whole lot of makeup, you know, might need to go to the Dollar Tree, but they might feel like discouraged because they can't find, you know, anything. So it's the only thing I don't like about the Dollar Tree. But anyways, this is what it looks like. It definitely looks like it has like a sheen to it, maybe. Hopefully not glitter. And I'm like, ooh, it's actually kind of pretty. I feel like it might be way too dark, but we're going to take just a little bit, and see what we can do here. Oh my gosh, it has so much kick up. Oh my, oh no. Let's tap that off, shall we? And just, I'm kind of scared. Okay. I see a little bit of something. Oh gosh. Let's hope it's blendable. Okay, it doesn't look too bad, but it's not my favorite. Like, it's definitely not a very, what's the word? It's not a very appealing shade for me, I guess. I don't really know what I was trying to say there, but it's definitely not like something I would be like, oh, I need to go repurchase. I mean, it's not bad because it seems to be blending out, and it has like a really nice pretty sheen to it, or like I would say sheen, but like glow. It seems to be blending out just fine. It doesn't really seem to be picking up or patching up, so it's pretty nice. Like, I played way too much on this side than I did this side. Whoops. Well, can't take away now. I'm just gonna have to go with the flow. Put some on my nose. Put some down here. I feel like maybe if I had more of like a tan, oh my goodness, it might be better. But me being as fair as I am, it might be a little too much in your face. But I do like the sheen that it gives, the glow that it gives. Okay, like I said, I couldn't find any like blush that was going to work for me, so I'm not going to put any on. I'm just going to go straight to highlighter. So I have this LA Colors highlight in Glow Time. They have this one, and then they have more of like a more goldy one, but this is more on the pink side. And so I went ahead and just picked up this one because I was kind of scared the other one might be too dark, because usually if they have like a gold shift to it, it tends to be on the darker side. So hopefully this won't be too dark. I will say I like the packaging as far as like how sleek and compact it is. So it would, you know, be nice to like throw down like a little makeup pouch and like take it on the go. I will say I like that personally. I guess it's just my opinion. It's not as kick-uppy. I mean, it has some kick-up to it, but nowhere like the bronzer. So I'm just going to apply it where I normally would. Oh yeah, that's pretty. I mean, it's not like pow in your face, though I feel like if you build it up, it could possibly be. I will say it's like a little bit more on the powder side, like, but I actually don't mind it because it doesn't sit on top of the skin too terrible, and the more I kind of like work it in to my skin, the better it kind of like meshes in. And it's not like super icy or super like pink. It's actually pretty. I actually don't mind that. Okay, I like it. I think we're finding a couple hidden gems, so not too bad, not too bad. We're doing all right. Okay, so when I saw this, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, this thing is so tiny. This is the setting spray by LA Colors. It says perfect for travel. Set your makeup on the go. So I guess they're marketing it as a travel like setting spray, but I mean, it's so little. Okay, so it says helps extend makeup wear. Well, I'm not going to test that theory because it is almost 8 o'clock at night. And yeah, so oh, I'd probably help if I sprayed it my way. Oh, oh god, the smell is awful. Like it just stinks. And the sprayer is like in your face. It doesn't look like it's messed with anything. Like it doesn't look like it's separated anything. So, I mean, not... Let me get at the bottom of my face. It's, okay. It's not bad. Like, is it like, oh my god, I found something that's going to replace, you know, like my Maybelline, what is it? My Maybelline glass sprayed, whatever. But if you needed something, like you're on the go and you forget your setting spray, or you need something that, you know, something to just throw in your purse, you know, if you're going to be out all day or whatever, I think it'll be alright. But it's not something I'm going to be like, oh my god, go out and buy this right now. Because it just, it's like, it did its job, but it's not like wowing me, you know. So I picked up some options for like eyeshadow, and so I got the LA Colors 12 color eyeshadow in Chic, which is more on the purple side, and then I got this one in Traditional, which is more like your typical brownie, like everyday colors. And then I got the Loose Shadow by LA Colors, and it's called Grape Jelly. I already know I like this formula because I got it in the like the goldish, like champagne-y color. So I actually don't mind this. I do enjoy it. And if you want, you know, a shimmer that's affordable, I would recommend picking them up. And then they had this called Liquid Eyeshadow. It's Metallic Glowing Eyes in the shade Cheers. So I figured that I'll figure something out. But the reason why I bought purple was because I was very surprised to see that they had this Maybelline Snapscara mascara in Ultraviolet. So it's a purple mascara. So I was like, oh, I could put this like on the lower lash line. So I figured we might do like purple on the bottom and like just an everyday brownie, like bronzy on top. Maybe. That's what I was kind of thinking in my head. So let's give this a go. So I actually found this Shadow Switching Sponge by Sassy and Chic. Oh my gosh, is that a tongue twister? But it's like one of those, I just had it in my head. It's one of those brush cleaners that you can clean off your brush in between. And if this does a pretty good job, then I'm glad I found it at the Dollar Tree. But I will say I don't know, is it just me or does that look kind of rough? We're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're not gonna judge it. We're not gonna judge it just yet. No judgment here. Alright, so let's just clean this off real quick and see. Okay. So I'm just gonna do something real simple and easy. It's kind of hard to tell, but it looks like there's only 2 matte shades. So this one here and this one here, and then the rest look like they have a sheen to them. It's interesting. Yeah, like they have like a shimmer to them. Okay, well, let's just dip into the 2 matte ones. Again, decent amount of kick up. Oh, I didn't prime my eyes. Let's do that real quick. Okay, so eyes are primed. And let's just go in here and do the outer and crease. And I'm just going to dip in those two matte shades. Okay, it's looking a little iffy. Like, there's definitely color there, but it's not as like pigmented, I guess. So I'm like really having to dip in multiple times just to get some kind of payoff. Here's the thing. It's not bad. Like, it's blending out, it's not patching up or anything. I don't have like fallout. So everything is good except for like the pigmentation. It's just, there's like no pigment there. Alright, so I guess I'm going to just barely dip, whatever, into this shade down here, even though it has like a sheen to it, just because I just want some kind of depth, and hopefully this might possibly give me that. Possibly. Alright, I'm going to use a packer brush, packer brush, and pack that on the outer part here. You like to see, it doesn't feel like it did anything. Okay, so let's look at this purple palette. So it looks like there might only be one matte shade, maybe. I'm just going to take that same brush and dip into this color here and see if maybe I can use that to build up. And I'm starting to get like a decent amount of fallout. I feel like even then it's not, I don't know you guys. Like, it definitely looks better when I use my finger, but I mean, I don't know if you can see all that fallout that has entered the chat. I don't know if it's because I used the packer brush. I know it's starting to do it down here too. I honestly think that you could get better from e.l.f. and Wet n Wild, even though it, compared to $1 to $5 or $3 or whatever, it's still so much better than this. Like, hands down, so much better. Alright, let's just move on to the liquid eyeshadow. Whoa. She's got pigment. Okay, this gives me hope. Oh my god. I'm bumping into everything. This gives me hope. Oh yeah, look how pretty. Whoa. Wow, that's like really pretty. I just wonder if it's going to dry down, and if it dries down, if it's going to flake. But it's definitely got some pigment to it. And it definitely feels like it's drying down. It's not taking like a long time. Like, I'm sure it's going to crease because I have creases on my eyelids. There's nothing I can really do. Primer, no primer, it doesn't really matter. But I will say, that's so much better than the eyeshadow. Like, hands down, so much better. So I'm not going to even waste my time putting any shadow on the bottom. I'm just going to go straight in with this purple shimmer pigment here. I will say the only thing I don't like about these is like the packaging. Like, I'd much rather just not have this brush, to be quite honest with you. That's just me. But I much prefer it without the brush. So I'm just going to dip my brush into it. I'm going to spray it with that setting spray we used earlier. And I'm just going to apply it on the bottom lash. That's a really pretty purple. I really like that. I really like these. I like highly recommend, like, if there's a color you like that they have in these loose pigments, totally worth the dollar to splurge on for sure. I use mine all the time. I love it. So definitely recommend that. So let's try this Snap Scare. I will say I did try this when it came out. I wasn't the biggest fan of the way it made my eyelashes look. So I'm just going to use it on the bottom and see. Okay. I mean, let's turn this light on here. I mean, it looks somewhat purple, but it also looks like it could possibly be black. That's what the bottom of it looks like. I mean, yeah, you can kind of see that it's purple, but it's also like kind of dark enough to where it could also probably pull off black. So take it or leave it, up to you. And then for the upper lashes, I found this Wet n Wild one. It has like the thin brush on it, and so I thought maybe that might be good for like really getting in between my lashes and on the bottom. But I also found this lash building mascara by LA Colors, and they had a couple different options, but I got the which one is this? The More Volume. So it's supposed to lengthen and extend your lashes, and I got it in the shade Very Black. So I'm going to try this on one eye and see how it does. I might save this one for later because I've tried out Wet n Wild mascaras before. They're not too bad. I think I'll like this more for like lower lash lines. So I'm going to stick to this one and see how it does. Alright, wish me luck. What do you think? I don't know if you'll be able to like see. I mean, it's alright. It's definitely like a very thin formula. Like, it almost doesn't feel like there's anything on my lashes, which is nice. I like that. It doesn't seem like super crunchy or anything, but it's like, it's alright. Alright, so let's see if I can build it up now that it's kind of had some time to dry. Okay, not too bad as far as like build up. I definitely think it like built up. That's one eye, and yeah, obviously this this is 2 layers, and then this is 1. So definitely built on top of itself nicely. Okay, it's actually not too bad once you have 2 layers on. It's actually not that bad. I actually really like it with 2 layers. I'm about to probably eat my words. How much you want to bet? Okay, so tell me why I really like this mascara. Alright, so this is 3 layers and this is 2. I mean, you definitely don't need a 3rd layer. I was just like curious. But this like really builds nicely on top of itself. Okay, I'm a little shook. Whoopsies. I'm a little shook right now. Okay, I actually really like the mascara. Oh my god. And then lastly, finally, we have this lip duo it's lipstick and gloss by LA Colors in the shade Clarity. And they had a couple of different options. They had some with different color lipsticks and different color lip glosses, and then they had some lip glosses, and they had like some Wet n Wild lips, like metallic lipsticks. And so I just told my husband to just pick something and get me out of the Dollar Tree. Alright, so that's what the bullet lipstick looks like. Looks like it's a nice like peachy, like a peachy pink shade. So let's try this. I didn't see any lip liner there, so I didn't grab any. Kind of smells like crowns. Okay, not too bad. Definitely doesn't help my teeth. Like, it's just one of those colors, but it's nice and creamy, really pigmented. Definitely not going to stay on very long because it is so creamy. But not too bad. Let's try this lip gloss. I mean, it's just plain lip gloss, but we can see if it's... Oh my. It smells like bubblegum. Oh, okay. Oh, she's glossy. Very, very thin formula. So it's definitely not going to last very long at all. Because it has no stick to it. And usually if it has a little bit of stick to it, it's going to last a little bit longer. But this has no stick to it. Oh my gosh, this smells just like gumballs. Like that double bubble. That's what it smells like. It smells a lot better than lipstick. Okay, so let's do a quick rundown of my opinions on this stuff. So I guess we can kind of go in order. So the soothing, I do this every time. Every time it says smoothing, I say soothing. Smoothing face primer, color correcting, the minimizing pores one. I actually don't mind it. Like, I like it right here and in my forehead and down on my chin. I don't like it on my nose, but again, my nose is very finicky when it comes to what primers it'll like take. But other than that, like, I think it really helped minimize, and actually, like, it didn't dry me out and it didn't make my makeup look cakey or dry. So I think I'm gonna give this some more goes and keep it in my collection. But I was pleasantly surprised with the primer. And then the eyebrow slash eyeliner pencils, I didn't use it as an eyeliner because I just don't like wooden pencils on my eyelid. Like, it's just the feeling of, like, I don't know, just the feeling of these I don't like using as eyeliner. But I actually really like it for my eyebrows. Like, the color is spot on to what I like for my eyebrows, and I like that there's two. And it didn't get super dull when I used it for the first time on both my eyebrows. So I think that it will probably last me a typical eyebrow like use. So I do enjoy those, and I probably will keep using that. And then next, the LA Colors Conceal and Correct. I actually really like the way it made my under eyes look. And I'm going to keep playing around with it, test it with other concealers, other powders, and see. But I swear that as soon as I saw it close up, it looked like a liquid version of the Hourglass powder that I showed you. So I'm going to keep using that, but so far, liking that. The bronzer, it's like, I like the sheen it gives the skin, like the glow it gives, but the color is just way too dark for me. Both of the only two options that they had would be too dark. But if you are typically this like shade in your bronzers and you like a nice glow, I think you'll like this. It blended out fine, didn't patch or cake or anything like that. Just the color wasn't right. And then the highlighter, I actually really enjoy the highlighter. Like, it doesn't look like it's sitting on my skin. It doesn't look overly powdery. So I do recommend, if you like the pinky or more of like a goatee shade, you can look into picking these up and giving it a try. Alright, eyeshadows. I just don't think these are just not worth it. Go pick up an L for a Wet n Wild for $5. These just, they're not worth it. They're powdery, they kick up, they don't have any pigment. Yeah, they blend, but that's it. Like, that's it. So I would just skip out on these. Like, no thank you. And then I already knew I'd like the loose pigment because I have it in the gold. I love these. I recommend picking them up if you see them. And I really so far am enjoying the liquid eyeshadow. It is not going anywhere. So this stuff is stuck like glue, and that's a good thing. You don't want it flaking and cracking and cramping and being gross. And it doesn't feel heavy. Like, I don't feel it on my eyelids. And I actually really like this better than the Stila, was it the Magnificent Metals or whatever they're called? So much better, and obviously way cheaper. So I think I might see what other shades they have this because I actually really like this, the formula and the color. Oh, setting spray, nah, I'm good. I don't like the way it smells. Yeah. The mascara. I don't mind this mascara. Yeah, I guess you can tell it's purple, but it's alright. I mean, I'm not a big fan of how it makes like my upper lashes look, like in the black formula. So it's just kind of personal preference and what you look for in a mascara. But as far as using it on my bottom lashes, I think it looks fine. Now I will say, this mascara, I really like this mascara. Like it's actually really nice for $1. So if you want to try this out, mascara is a very personal thing and what you look for in your eyelashes and everything, but it's $1. So I mean, it's definitely worth giving it a go. And I know they had different ones. They had volume, length, all kinds of different ones in this, so I would pick it up. And then the lip duo, don't like the color, but it's already starting to like fade a little bit more on like the inner part than the outer part, so it's alright. And I don't like the way it smells like Play-Doh. And the gloss, I don't mind the way the gloss smells, but it's definitely just going to slip and slide all over the place. It's not going to last very long. It's too creamy, just too creamy. But other than that, it's alright. Not going to write home about it or anything, but you know. And I believe that is it. So yeah, you guys, if you like it, give it a big thumb up. Let me know. I'll do some more like this in the future. And yeah, until next time, see ya.